G'day YouTube. And nice sunny afternoon here in Sydney. I've just got back from getting MRIs done on my knee. If you've been watching the last few videos, you would have heard I injured myself at work. Hopefully not so bad, but possibly end up in surgery soon to repair whatever's happened, but hopefully not. And I guess I'll have to see where it goes tomorrow when I find out the results. But anyway, I thought I'd bring you in today and give you a quick tour of my smaller plant section. During the greenhouse tours, I tend to breeze over it a bit. It's behind my big veitchii. As you can see, my veitchii M there. I've moved that out of the way. It's looking a little bit sad at the moment due to the constant flowering. You can see these two old spikes that I've harvested the pollen and cut off there, and this one here, still got a few more heads to go. And on the other side of the greenhouse is my big Borneo Exotics one. So there's the big Borneo Exotics veitchii, and that's also coming out in flower again. So hopefully some more exciting hybrids. But what I was going to touch on today is these smaller plants that usually get passed over. Some of these are my own creations. Others are more recent purchases or trades with friends. And just, grow them here under the lights. They do get quite a bit of sunlight through certain parts of the day, but I just keep them under lights to get them moving along, get them up to size, and I'll move them into these pots, these hanging pots, and then they tend to move over that side of the greenhouse there. So this is my personal collection out of what I got going on here. So sorry, a little bit of a run through. Starting with Babigia Rilcantlii. Nice little pictures there. Most of these won't be showing off too much just yet, but still some exciting things in here. A nice little Veitchii Platykyla from Old World Botanicals down in Tasmania. Starting to get some nice little pictures. I was lucky enough to get some big cuttings from him as well in part of the plants that I was holding on to for him. Got Spectabilis veitchii, also from Sam down at Old World Botanicals. Unfortunately, the newest leaf got a bit crushed, but I'm sure I'll bounce back. One of my newer veitchii is the 4033. This is, from what I've seen, these are absolutely stunning, beautiful red pitchers and big wide striped peristomes that we all love. That one was from Ivan's Orchids via Newnaps. And then I had to get another one of these 3734s because, as you've seen from my other big one, they are just absolutely stunning. Behind that's a Gold Cross D veitchii. I grew these from seed, from a mate's seeds. There's some more down in here. As you can see, there's a lot of seedlings coming up, mostly from my own breeding down here. We won't dive into that today too much, but you will see there are a few. I've picked out some to keep, some of the better performers to keep for myself. Veitchii Lolii cross Babigia Edwardsiana. Now this is the old Malaysiana Tropicals Babigia cross it's called Babigia cross Edwardsiana, but it's believed to be Babigia villosa. Now you can see there the newest picture, starting to get some nice stripes and some nice teeth coming through. So I'm super excited to see how that shapes up. And next up is a little Glandulifera Babigia Vergelii. Unfortunately, there was a very short round of seeds on these. I think I only got maybe, I'm going to say 3 or 4 plants out of the pods I bought. So that's one of the few survivors. I think I've got a bigger one hanging up somewhere. New Vergelii. Now, I've been told that this BE code was originally mixed clones, but has now been separated down to a single clone being a male. And so that's why I wanted to pick that one up, because I've got a female behind me there in the bigger section, and that closest flower there is it. So hopefully I now have horticultural male and female Vogelii, and back on those flower spikes I've actually done horticultural seeds as well, which is very exciting. Raja Rob Cantley. Now anyone knows about this plant, it's a single plant that came from Rob Cantley's breeding. You could only get one viable seed out of it. So it's a single clone, and it's the only one in existence. Thankfully, because it was Rob, it went into TC, and we can all enjoy it. Typical Raja hybrid. It doesn't like too much water on the leaves. You can see a bit of burning there, but that'll be fine. Next up is a nice Spectabilis. I think this one was from Fang foliage up in Queensland. The old picture just starting to fade there. Maxima wavy leaf, not so wavy just yet, but I'm sure that'll pick up. Rob Cantley Aristo from Ivan up at Ivan's Orchids and Brendan at New Naps, and Trosmatiensis Aristo, which is I'm very excited about. Right behind that, Singulana hamata, focus there, beautiful little plant. Hamata Babigiae doesn't have any good pictures on it at the moment, or there might be one squashed down in there, unfortunately. You'll see here I've picked out 6 of these Lolii Veitchii Boschiana cross Veitchii Barrios, because I'm super excited about this Grex. I have released some, and I will have more in future releases soon. I tried to keep a bunch in a bulk pot, and it unfortunately really slowed them down. So I potted them out singularly, and they're starting to grow in nicely now. But you can see that one there, beautiful wide striped peristome. Some really nice red colours in the pictures. And so I wanted to make sure I kept a couple of really nice ones of these for future cuttings and breedings and just my own collection. Next up is Raja Babigiae Velosa, or Babigiae Eddy, however you want to imagine that cross. Spectabilis Mira from Old World Botanicals. Nice little Gothica cutting out. It's actually not an EP Gothica, that's a remake by a friend of ours in South Australia, John Yates. So that's a cool one to have in the collection. Sibuensis cross Hamata, which has already decided to multiply into 2 growth points. You can see the nice little toothy pictures there. There's a second one of the Gland Burp Vergelii. This is a little flava. This is I bought a flask of TC plants a couple of years ago. There's one here, and there's 2 more still in the fridge. I just wanted to see how it went. A bit more intermediate conditions. Trosmatiensis cross Rob Cantley. Again, nothing too special yet. You can see a Lolii ventricosa cutting from a picture down there. You can see next to there's all my my cutting bench growing out. This is a disappointing one. This is a Platykyla cross Babigiae that it just never settled in. I don't think it even gave me a leaf since I purchased it. I have, not worried. I've since got another one, but I just can't bring myself to throw that out until I'm certain it's 100% dead. To bike across Platykyla from a mate of mine down in Melbourne. Don't think there's any pictures, but there is one coming. It's a cool little hybrid. This is one from my own breeding with a mate of mine, Spathulata cross Lavicola. And I'm trying, these are looking really nice. Some nice stripes coming through, some nice dark colour from the Lavicola. And next to that, you got a LVB mollis from a recent EP release. So that's that's that tray through there. You'll see here I've hung up a couple of the Truncata G cross Lavicola that I made. Again, I've released a lot of these, but again was trying a different mix on them, and the difference was noticeable growing them in coconut and perlite versus a more mineral based mix. So I've switched the others all over to the cocoa mix, and they're all starting to take off nicely. So there'll be more of these in future releases, but just have a look at the color in that. That's really dark for a small seedling. And I think, so that there, whoop, focuses 13th of the 2nd, 2003. This is just over a year old, this seedling, so they are absolutely pumping along. That's another one of them there. Had a slightly different coloration, so I decided to pick a couple out for myself to see the variation grow out in them. Yeah, back here there's a few anthuriums, there's begonia. I don't know too much about them. I just decided to throw some in the greenhouse just to add some difference and some variety to look at, and I've definitely got to move them around because they're completely crammed in there now. So let me just, I should get to that soon, but just for now, I'm just going to move these Truncata Lavicola, because this next tray here has got some more interesting stuff in there. So these are 6 that I've picked out for my own breeding. I may change these out. I may pick some more of them. Just have to see how the other seedlings come along, but these ones stood out particularly. So Lolii veitchii, Truncata lolii. Yeah, not much to look at yet. And actually, that one and the Lolii veitchii, Northiana veitchii, unfortunately, again, were very short runs. So I'm going to have to grow them out and see how they go before I offer any up. Yep. Lolii veitchii, Aristo ventricosa. I mean, different. Lolii veitchii cross Maxima Dark. There's actually 2 ended up in this pot. So I have high hopes in that. You might have seen my Maxima Dark cross Lolii veitchii in the outdoor tours. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant, so I'm super excited to see them. We got the Lolii veitchii cross Lolii veitchii. It's not actually an F2 cross. The 2 breeding parents were made by different growers, so it'll be interesting to see how the double genetics play out. And I did some breeding with Ventricosa sibuensis, Hamigatonensis. No idea how to pronounce that properly, but that was one cross with Maxima Dark that I pulled out again for myself. There are a few other crosses down the bottom, so it'll be fun to watch them grow out. I got some cuttings in here from Sam at Old World Botanicals batch that I picked up for him. Nice Maxima Dark cross Veitchii Barrio. We've named that one the Striped, and this one here the Red Flared, because they're very different looking pictures. They don't have any on them at the moment, but it was just to separate the two for ourselves, so we know which plants are which. And if you're buying plants off either of us when we have those released, you know you're getting a different plant. Anyway, this is a nice Truncata cross Tentaculata, which I haven't seen many of these, so I'm excited to see how that one grows out. And then a nice little A-Maid, sort of yet to show anything really, but hopefully that'll pick up soon. Next in line is, this is actually a cutting of my big Lolii veitchii. Unfortunately, I took about 8 cuttings of it and only 2 survived. So I've actually kept that one as a backup plant in case something horribly goes wrong and I lose my big one, but hopefully it's not something I'll have to worry about. I got a Zume cross veitchii. This is a female one from EP. This is a backup of my own plant. This is my female platykyla. So I cut a basil. Oh, it was a vining basil that I cut off, and I put the tip aside for myself. Looks like the very tip of that's actually died back. Hopefully, yeah, it looks healthy, so I'm sure that'll take off. No worries. You can see some Azumia hiding back in there. It's a Raja cross veitchii basil cutting just settling in, and a little clipiata. This was from my seeds I got a few years ago. This one never really took off. I can't bring myself to get rid of it, but it's not something I'd want to use in breeding because of the slow growing genetics, but I'll see how it plays out. Maybe one day things will change and it'll pick up. So there you go. It's getting seriously warm and muggy in here. It's 25 degrees and 85% humidity. So I might open the doors up after this and get some fresh air. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.